Hello children, welcome to yet another session of Geography Class 8 Urbanization Session 4. So before we start, let me tell you, in our previous session we had discussed the small questions, short questions on page 47, and today we are going to discuss the questions in detail on page 47 and other exercises. Okay. So let's get started. Our first question, questions in detail. State any 4 features of urbanization of the 19th century. Children, make a small correction. Instead of features of, delete off and add that led to. That led to the urbanization of the 19th century, and the answer for this is on page 42. Now in page 42 it is mentioned that in the mid 19th century there were many changes, like the cottage industries declined, land rents rose, lands were cleared for mines and plantations. So there are 4 reasons which affected the poor, and they were forced to migrate to work in the big cities. So these are the factors which led to migration. Okay. Next is analyze the push and the pull factors responsible for urbanization. Now for this, children, please note, open to page 43, push and the pull factors. So for the push factors, what were the push factors that led to urbanization? It was in lack of economic opportunities, underline children, division of land, lack of services, that is education, communication, transportation, it's not transpiration, it's transportation, health, etc., low pay, rural poverty, drought and flooding. So these were the push factors. For the pull factors, children, more economic opportunities, better jobs, better quality of life, better services including education, health, entertainment, better housing, more freedom, women empowerment, better services like banking, communication, transportation. So these were the pull factors. Okay, clear children? Okay. Next question, analyze the major positive aspects of urbanization. So for the positive aspects of urbanization, again we open to page 43, and under the positive aspects, left hand side, it is a natural part of transition from low productivity agriculture to higher productivity industry and services. Secondly, now they would concentration of much of the national economic activity, government, commerce and transportation in the cities, and it was responsible for 80% of the global income is generated in the cities. Then higher levels of literacy and education, better health, greater access to social services and enhanced opportunities for cultural and political participation. This was also one of the reasons. So there are basically 3 to 4 reasons. So you note them down. So that was the positive aspects of urbanization. Our next question is the spread and the scale of urbanization, and also brings variety of challenges. Analyze the statement. Now the spread and the scale of urbanization also brings a variety of challenges. That's very true, and for this answer we come to page number 44, and it tells us that it brings a variety of challenges, including, underline number 1, its impact on the environment and quality of life, and because effects of the traffic congestion, concentration of industry, inadequate waste disposal, and environmental contamination, they are higher in the cities than in the countryside. Then there's a huge pressure on land, water, and natural resources. Now, it is also linked to increase in the urban poverty. Most of the Asian and African cities are facing the problem of slums, where people are living in extreme unhygienic conditions. Then, because of these unhygienic conditions, blood, dysentery, diarrhea, malaria, typhoid, jaundice are regular feature in the slum areas. Child mortality rate and primary education enrollment is lower in slums than in the non-slum urban districts. So, apart from that, these slum areas are also, because there is widespread unemployment, so the combination of youth and poverty can make for high crime rates. Moreover, most of the cities do not have proper arrangements for garbage disposal, and the existing landfills are full to the brim. These landfills are hotbeds of diseases and innumerable poisons leaking into the surroundings. And people living near the rotted garbage, they become easy victims of several diseases like dysentery, malaria, plague, jaundice, diarrhea, typhoid, etc. Okay, so you have to select the lines for this answer and you have to write. So children, from page 44 and then 45, you have to select the ones which I have said. You select those lines and write down in points for this answer. Okay, our next question is, there are various advantages of satellite towns. Explain. Now there are various advantages of the satellite towns and we have to explain that. And we come to page 45. It is mentioned there are various advantages that the satellite cities offers. Besides providing its residents with super quality of living in the form of road connectivity, electricity, water, drainage and other important amenities, it also enables to propel the local economy. It leads to appreciation in the prices of land and residential property in and around the satellite city. For residents in the main city who wish to escape from the stress, pollution and the hassles of the city, it provides them with a viable alternative. Transport infrastructure developed in the satellite cities not only provides its residents easy accessibility but also enables to decongest traffic in the main city. Moreover, satellite cities provide scientific balance between the population and the resources needed by them, leading to environment friendly and sustainable development. So you have to write from there are various advantages till sustainable development, but in points so that you can memorize that easily. Is that clear? So various reasons that makes the satellite towns environment friendly and easy to live. You have to name the various advantages of them in points. Now state any 5 core infrastructure elements of the smart city and 5 core infrastructure elements of the smart city. It's given in the diagram itself on page 45. Otherwise, you can select from page 46. And there have been on the right hand side on page 46 number of points have been given, right from adequate water supply, assured electricity supply, sanitation, include solid waste management, efficient urban mobility and public transport, affordable housing especially for the poor, robust IT connectivity and digitalization, good governance. So there are several points. Select any 5 core points to core infrastructural elements to include in your answer. Now analyze the importance of Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. You can write about this. Find out yourself. This is what you're going to do on your own. Is that clear? You will write down about the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, whom it was started, which year, what was the purpose of this mission, and what was under this mission, what was the main objectives. So you have to find out for this answer and write it down yourself. Okay. Now next we come to match the following, and this is Shanghai, the first one, and for Shanghai we know it is a mega city. C. The first one will be C, Shanghai mega city. Number 2, Noida, E. It is a satellite city. Noida is a satellite city. D, Kochi. Kochi is supposed to be a smart city. Ur, it is a very old city, very old ancient city. So A. Manchester, B. It is an industrial city. Okay, next we come to the fill in the blanks. Dash and dash are the earliest industrial cities. You can name Manchester and Leeds are the earliest industrial cities. Dash has by far the highest number of city dwellers living in slums. And Asia has by far the highest number of city dwellers living in slums. Okay, we come to the next page, and the next question, dash and dash are the satellite towns of Delhi. There are several satellite towns of Delhi: Gurgaon, Noida, Faridabad, Ghaziabad, and you can name any two. Dash is a proposed smart city of Gujarat. Ahmedabad is a proposed smart city of Gujarat. Dash campaign has been launched to stress on cleanliness, and we know that Swachh Bharat Abhiyan campaign has been launched to stress on cleanliness. Okay. Now there is another diagrammatic thing, a graphical representation, and questions are based on this. Children, please focus on this graph on page 48, and the question is, which will be the most urbanized continent in the year 2030? So by 2030 you can see from the graph itself which one is showing the highest. It's North America, which is depicting the highest. 87% urban population will be there by 2030. So it will be North America will be the most urbanized. Next one, what percentage of total population in the world is expected to live in cities by 2030? I repeat, what percentage of total population of the world is supposed to live in the cities? And we come to the world one, and it says 61% of the total population of the world is expected to be living in cities by 2030. Next question, identify the continent which is urbanizing faster than other continents. So it is the one which is urbanizing faster than the other continents. We can say that Latin America is urbanizing at a faster rate than other continents, or in that case, not even Latin America, we can take Asia is also showing a very fast rate of urbanization. Earlier, by 1950, only 17% of the Asians were urbanized. Now it has rose to 55% of the population is said to be urbanized. And in that case, even Africa is showing a very, so instead you write Africa for this. Africa is the continent which is urbanizing at a very faster rate than any other continent. It was 15% in 1950, and it has shown 54% by the time it is 2030. Okay, next. What percentage of total population of the world was living in the urban areas? No, sorry, I've skipped out one. Which will be the least urbanized continent in the year 2030? So again, the least urbanized continent in the year 2030 is your Asia only. No, I mean Africa is the least urbanized continent in the world. What percentage of total population of the world was living in urban areas in the year 1950, and 29% of the total population was living in the urban areas in the year 1950. Okay. Now, in our political outline map of India, locate and mark any two most urbanized states of India. Two most urbanized states of India is yes, Tamil Nadu is the most urbanized state of India with 48.4%. Followed by Kerala, 47.7%. Okay, next question. Any two least urbanized cities of India? Please make a change again. Instead of cities, write states. So, two least urbanized states are Himachal Pradesh with 35% of population, urban population, and Bihar with 34% of urban population. So with this, I come to the end of this video, and children, please note down the long answer questions in your copies. The rest of the exercises may be done in the book itself. Okay, till then, you stay at home and you stay safe. Thank you.